we are starting with consignment today. As I told you, this is unit number 2 in our syllabus, right? So yesterday we were discussing just the general meaning of consignment. So we will see in detail today what exactly consignment means. So outcomes for our today's session would be, we'll try to understand the meaning and features of consignment. We will understand the differences between consignment and sale. We'll also try to understand the various terminology used in consignment, the different type of terminology, the different terms which we keep using in consignment business. We'll try to understand all of them, right? So this is just a picture of consignment. Yes, so what is consignment? So yesterday I was giving you an example. We'll continue with the same example. So let us assume Mr. A is in Hyderabad. He is doing a business in Hyderabad. He wants to expand his business to other states. But he doesn't want to open a branch because opening a branch requires so many things and he doesn't have the time and interest to do all those things. So he doesn't want to open a branch of his business there. But he just wants to expand his business by only selling the goods in the other states also. So what he does, he will appoint a person in the other state and A will send goods to the other person in the other state to be sold on his behalf. So that means A is sending goods to B and B will sell these goods on behalf of A. And A will pay some commission to B for selling the goods on his behalf. Am I clear? A wants to expand his business. So in order to expand his business, he will appoint a person called B in the other state and A will send goods to B to be sold on his behalf and he will pay B some commission for selling the goods on his behalf. So this type of business is called as consignment business. Remember, it is not similar to sales. Yes. So as I told you, it is not sale. Consignment is different and normal sale is different. So you can just see on the screen, when a trader or manufacturer wants to expand his business beyond his local limits, he can do it by appointing an agent at that place and selling the goods through him. And this type of business is known as the consignment business, right? So when any person wants to expand his business beyond his limits, he will do it by appointing an agent at that place and selling the goods through him. And this arrangement is called as consignment. And when does this consignment become handy? It becomes handy when a person wants to expand his business at other locations, but he doesn't want to open a branch and where direct sale by him is not possible. So he cannot sell the goods in other places directly because he cannot travel, he cannot go there, right? And he doesn't want to open a branch. So in that case, what is handy? The business called consignment. And where this term called consignment is derived, this is derived from the term consign. The term consign means to send, right? So we will move further and try to understand the meaning of consignment. So when goods are sent by the owner or the principal to his agent or any other representative on the condition of selling goods on his behalf, for which the latter will be given commission at a specified rate, is called as consignment. So what is consignment? The owner of the goods. The owner of the goods is also called as the principal. The owner is sending goods to his agent. Agent is the other person whom he is appointing. The owner or the principal is sending goods to his agent on the condition that the agent will sell the goods at a commission. So the agent will sell the goods on behalf of the consignor and this agent will sell the goods on behalf of the principal and the principal will pay some commission to the agent at a specified rate. So the rate of commission is decided in advance. The principal will pay some fixed rate of commission to the agent for selling the goods. So this type of arrangement is called consignment business. The person who is sending the goods is called as the consignor. So the owner of the goods or the principal of the goods The one who is sending the goods to the other person to be sold is called as consignor. He is responsible for all the profits and losses along with all expenses and risk, if any. So the main owner or the principal or the consignor will be responsible for any type of profit or losses arising from this business. At the same time, he will also be responsible for all expenses to be incurred in the business. Whether he is incurring the expenses or whether the agent is incurring. The person who is responsible is the owner or the consignor. Right? So remember the term the consignor. Consignor is the person who is the owner of the goods or the principal of the goods who is sending the goods to the other person to be sold. Now the person to whom the goods are being sent is called as the consignee or agent. So the agent is called as the consignee. And the goods which are being sent between these two people, the consignor and the consignee, the goods are called as goods sent on consignment. And all the accounts which we are going to prepare relating to all these transactions, they are called as consignment account. So now we need to be perfect with these 5 things first. The first is the term consignment, consignor, consignee, goods sent on consignment, and consignment accounts. So what is consignment? When one person is sending goods to the other person to be sold on his behalf for a commission, it is called as consignment. The person who is sending the goods to be sold on his behalf is called as the consignor. The person to whom the goods are being sent is called as the consignee. And the goods which are being sent between the consignor and the consignee, those goods are called as the goods sent on consignment. And all the accounts relating to such transactions are called as consignment accounts. So I hope everyone is clear with these 5 terms.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll proceed further. Now we look into the features of consignment. So whatever we have discussed, the features will be the similar one. We'll just have a quick recap of the features. See the features now. The goods are sent by the consignor to the consignee for the purpose of sale. So remember, the major purpose here is for sale. Sale. The consignor is sending goods to the consignee to be sold further. The consignor cannot himself sell the goods at other places. So he is sending it to the consignee and the consignee has to sell the goods there. The relationship between the consignor and consignee is that of a principal and an agent, where the consignor is the principal and the consignee is the agent. And remember, consignment is not sale of goods. It is not equivalent to sale. Sale is when a seller is selling the goods and the buyer is purchasing. But here it is not like that. Here it is consigned. Yes.
It can be like a dealership, ma'am.
Yes, it can be like a dealership. Correct.
Okay.
So where the person is only giving the dealership to the other person and the other person has to sell it to the final customers. Right? So consignment is not sale of goods. And the consignee has to act as per the instructions of the consignor. The consignee here cannot take his own independent decisions. He will have to work according to the instructions of the consignor. The next important thing is consignee has every right to receive commission on the goods sold. So whatever goods the consignee is selling, he has the right to receive commission on those goods sold. That commission only is the income of the consignee. Right? If he is not selling the goods, he will not get any commission. But if he has sold the goods, he has the right to receive commission. And the rightful owner of the goods is the consignor only. The consignor only has the ownership of the goods. He is only giving the possession of the goods to the consignee so that the consignee can sell them further. Right? So are we clear with these features? Do I proceed further?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So see the next one. Consignee is the bailee of goods. Security of goods is his responsibility. So consignor has sent the goods to the consignee. Now, as long as the goods are with the consignee, it is his responsibility to take care of the security of goods. it is all consignee's responsibility now to look at the security. Once the goods are sold, the responsibility is also transferred, right? All expenses incurred by the agent on the goods consigned to him are to be paid by the principal. So who is the agent here? The agent is also called as the
Consignee.
consignee, correct. So whatever goods the consignee has received, if consignee is incurring any expenses on those goods, all these expenses have to be reimbursed by the consignor. Remember, the consignee's task is only to receive the goods, sell those goods, and take commission. So if he incurs any expenses, what type of expenses? Now, consignor has sent the goods through transport to consignee because he's in the other state, right? So consignee will have to bear some unloading charges. He will have to bear some packing charges. He will have to bear some transport charges. Maybe he will have to incur some selling expenses. So all these expenses which the consignee is incurring to sell the goods, all such expenses have to be reimbursed by the consignor. Once the consignee has incurred, the consignor will reimburse him all the amount for expenses. And the consignor is the one who will bear the loss due to bad debts. So now you will have to tell me what are bad debts. I don't know the meaning of bad debts.
Ma'am, the debts which cannot be realized at a
Debts
future
which
date.
cannot be recovered or realized are bad debts. Very good. Now tell me, when do these bad debts arise?
When the liability isn't servicing the debts.
When the liability isn't servicing the debts, that is correct. I need to ask, when do the case of debts arise?
And when the debtor is not like
When the goods are sold on credit.
Credit.
Yes. See, if the goods are sold on cash, there is no question of debt, right? If goods are sold on cash, directly we will receive cash and the transaction is closed. Isn't it? The account is closed. But if we are selling goods on credit, then the question of debt arises. And if these debts are not paid, then it is the question of bad debts. So if these debts are no more recoverable, then we call it as bad debts. So if there are any bad debts in the business, the loss due to the bad debt should be borne by the principal, and the principal is the consignor. Right? There are certain conditions to these bad debts also. We will look at those conditions later. Right now, only remember the consignor is the one who has to bear all expenses and all losses in case of consignment business. Right? Now, after a particular period or as and when the goods are sold by the agent is required to send a periodic statement to the principal. So here principal is the consignor. So once the consignor has sent the goods to the consignee will keep selling the goods. So as and when the goods are sold, or maybe after fixed periods, maybe they decide that after every 2 months, I will give you the account. So after every fixed period, the consignee will have to send a periodic statement to the consignor. Now, what is this periodic statement? He has to give the detail as to how many goods are sold, what are his expenses, what is his commission. So finally, how much amount will he give back to the consignor? Remember, whatever are the goods sold, the amount received has to be returned to the consignor after deducting expenses and commission of the consignee. So the consignee will have to send this statement to the consignor. Am I clear? So are we clear with the terms consignment, consignor, consignee? Are
Yes,
we clear
ma'am.
with these three terms?
yes, ma'am, yeah.
And we also understood the features of consignment.
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
we'll proceed further. See, this is just a simple diagrammatic representation of consignment business. If you see the diagram, see it is starting from here. The consignor, he is the one who is the owner of the goods. He is also called as the principal of goods. And he is the one who is sending the goods to the consignee. Consignee is also called as the agent, right? So consignor sending goods to consignee. Consignee is remitting the net proceeds back to the consignor. What do you mean by this net proceeds? Whatever is the amount left over After selling the goods, after deducting his expenses and commission, that amount is called as the net proceeds. So the entire net proceeds has to be returned back to the consignor, right? So consignor sending goods to consignee, consignee returning the balance to consignor, and consignor will prepare an account called consignment account, because he is the one who needs to know what is his profit or loss. So whether there is profit or loss in this consignment business, and he can know that only when he prepares the consignment account. And the consignee will prepare the account of the consignor. Now you might ask me, why is the consignee preparing consignor's account? Because the consignee need to know how much amount should he give back to the consignor. See, all goods are with consignee. Consignee is making the sale, so he will receive every amount, right? So from the amount which he received, he will deduct his expenses, he will deduct his commission, and the net amount he will transfer back to the consignor. So to do all that, the consignee will prepare the consignor's account, and consignor will prepare the consignment account, because he wants to know whether there is profit or loss in his business, right? So we will move further now. Now, as I told you, consignment is not sale. There is a difference between consignment and sale. So right now we will look into the differences between consignment and sale. So consignment cannot be treated as sale of goods. When goods are delivered to the agent by the owner for selling purposes, it is called as consignment. So we call it as consignment when one person is sending goods to the other person for further sales. See here, consignor is not selling the goods to consignee. He is only sending it to the consignee so that consignee can further sell them. And the transaction where goods are exchanged for a price, it is known as sale. So when do we call a sale? When a seller is selling goods to the buyer, then we call it as sale, and buyer will pay the amount to the seller for those sales. So consignment and sales are totally different. You can see the points of differences between consignment and sale. So all these points explain the differences between consignment and sale. We will look into these points one by one. So the first one is parties involved. Now you need to answer. So who are the parties involved in case of a consignment business?
Consignor
and the consignee.
Very good. The consignor and consignee are the parties involved in consignment. Now when we say sale, what are the parties involved in case of sale?
Seller and buyer.
Seller and buyer. Very good. So here it is consignor and consignee, whereas in sale it is seller and buyer. Now coming to ownership and possession. See, there is something called ownership is always different from possession, right? For example, if you are buying any goods, there are two things involved there. One is the ownership of the goods. The second one is the possession of the goods. Possession only means physical possession of goods, right? So in case of consignment business, the ownership of goods still remains with the consignor only. The consignor is only giving the physical possession of goods to the consignee. And when the consignee sells these goods to the further customers, then the ownership of goods is transferred from the consignor to the final customer. But as far as consignor and consignee are concerned, the ownership remains with the consignor, whereas the possession of goods is transferred to the consignee. Now you tell me what happens in case of a sale. In case of sale of goods, what happens to ownership and possession?
First, ownership is transferred to the buyer, then the possession.
And the possession. That means both ownership and possession are transferred to the buyer, right? If I'm selling any product, any good, immediately after the sale, both ownership and possession will be transferred to the buyer. But if it is consignment, only ownership remains with consignor, only possession is transferred to the consignee, right? We'll move further to the third point. The third one is relationship. So relationship between the parties in case of consignment is that of a principal and an agent. Consignor is the principal and consignee is his agent, wherein the consignee needs to act according to the instructions of the consignor. Now coming to the relationship between the sale. What is the relationship between a seller and a buyer? Can anyone tell me?
Debtor and creditor, I guess.
Very good. It is the relationship of a debtor and a creditor. So now tell me, who is the debtor and who is the creditor there? In case of a sale, buyer and seller, who is the debtor and who is the creditor?
Buyer is the debtor and
Buyer
the
is
seller.
the debtor.
Yes, the seller is the creditor and the buyer is the debtor, because buyer has bought the goods, so he needs to repay the amount. So the relationship in case of consignment is that of a principal and an agent, whereas the relationship in case of a sale is that of a debtor and a creditor. Now coming to the next point, expenses. As I told you, in case of consignment, all expenses will be borne by the consignor. Whether the consignor is incurring the expenses or even if the consignee is incurring, the consignor will have to pay him back the expenses. But when we come to sale, once the goods are sold, all expenses relating to the goods will be borne by the buyer only. So seller has sold the goods, seller's responsibility is completed. Now anything further the buyer is incurring on that, the buyer only will have to bear. He cannot get it reimbursed from the seller. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now next one is documents prepared. So these documents prepared we will study in detail in further session. Right now we'll only understand what are the documents. In case of sale, what is the document prepared? Can anyone tell me? Is there any document prepared for selling of the goods?
Invoice.
Invoice, correct. Invoice is nothing but a bill, right? So who will prepare this invoice?
Seller.
The seller will prepare the invoice and give it to the buyer along with the goods, right? Anytime we purchase any goods, we get the bill of the goods. That is the invoice. So in case of sale, the document prepared is an invoice which is prepared by the seller and given to the buyer. In case of consignment, there are two important documents prepared. The first one is called as pro forma invoice and the second one is called as an account sales. I'll repeat, two documents are prepared in case of consignment. The first one is called as pro forma invoice and the second one is called as account sales. We will study the detail of these two documents later. We'll continue with the differences point right now. Okay. The next point is risk. In case of consignment, as I told you, entire risk of goods is borne by the consignor and not the consignee. But when we come to sale, the risk is transferred to the buyer once the goods are sold. So if the goods are sold, responsibility of seller is completed. Any risk with the goods further is the responsibility of the buyer. But it is not like that in case of consignment. The consignee will not bear the risk of goods. It is to be borne only by the consignor. Now next point, returning of goods. So consignor is sending the goods to the consignee to be sold on his behalf. The consignee is selling the goods, but he is not able to sell all the goods. Some goods are left over. So what will the consignee do? Whatever are the goods left over, the consignee will return those goods to the consignor. So always remember, any goods which are left over, which are not sold, the consignee is responsible to return the goods back to the consignor. In case of sale, this doesn't happen. Once the goods are sold, it is sold. It is the responsibility of the buyer now. The buyer can return the goods only if he has brought those goods under the condition that it is exchangeable. If the goods are not returnable, then the buyer cannot return them back. Right? The goods will have to be with the buyer only. But in case of consignment, anything which is left will be returned back to the consignor. Now coming to the last point, consideration. So now tell me, what is the consideration? Consideration is nothing but the income. So what is the income between the consignment business to the consignor? What is the consideration there?
Commission.
It is the commission. So the consideration in case of consignment business is the commission which the consignor is paying to the consignee. So whatever goods the consignee is selling, the consignor will give him some commission on that business. In case of sale, the selling price is the consideration which the seller will charge from the buyer, right? Whatever is the selling price of the goods, the buyer will have to pay that amount to the seller. Whereas in case of consignment, the consideration is the commission which the consignor is paying to the consignee. So are we clear with all the points of differences between the consignment and sale?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So now we are clear that consignment is not sale. It is different from sale, right?
Ma'am.
So yes, tell me.
Ma'am, could you explain that point again?
Which
The
point?
second last one.
1 second. Second last is returning of goods.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So in case of consignment, the consignee is supposed to sell the goods. So when the consignee is selling the goods, maybe he is not able to sell all the goods. Some stock is left over with him. So what the consignee has to do, whatever is the stock left over, he will have to return back the goods to the consignor. All the goods which are left over has to be returned back. Now in case of sale, the buyer can return back the goods only if there is some defect or some fault in the goods, isn't it? Unless there is a fault or defect, we cannot return back the goods. I cannot just purchase the goods and then return it back because I don't want them, right? Isn't it? I can return back the goods only if there is some fault or defect. But in case of consignment, if the goods are left over and cannot be sold, consignee can return it back to the consignor. Are we clear with all the points of differences?
Yes, ma'am.
Any other doubt? Okay. So we will proceed further to the terminology used. Now terminology is all the important terms or important things which we keep using in consignment accounts. So we will now regularly be using these terms. Whenever we are doing consignment accounts, we will be using these terms. Just have a look at the terms. Consignment business, consignor, consignee, pro forma invoice, account sales, direct expenses and indirect expenses. So we will be regularly using these terms when we are doing accounts for consignment. So out of these 7 of them, the first 3 I know everyone is understanding. I have understood now.
Yes, ma'am.
We know the first 3 terms, right? So can anyone tell me what is consignment business? Quickly, anyone? Can you define a consignment business? No one is
Ma'am, when the owner or the principal gives the goods to the agent to sell it, and in return he pays commission to him, that is called as the consignment business.
correct. So consignment is an arrangement wherein one person sends goods to the other person to be sold on his behalf. Please remember this term on his behalf is compulsory because because the consignee cannot sell the goods and take away the money, right? So this is an arrangement when the consignor sends goods to the consignee to be sold on his behalf and for a commission. So such type of business is called as consignment business. And who is the consignor? The person who is sending the goods to be sold by the other person. That person is called as the consignor. He might also be called as the owner of the goods, or he might also be called as the principal. The person to whom the goods are being sent is called as the consignee. He is also called as the agent of the business. Right? So today we will stop here because the other documents we need to do it in detail. We will continue with them tomorrow.